The movie begins with the government starting an experiment. People on the street are asked what they think about the island prison.
It makes me feel safe.
It's where we dump our garbage.
Why should I pay taxes to support a bunch of killers?
I think it's a good idea. Let them kill each other off.
Later, TV reporters look at the street interviews. 3 years ago, the death penalty for murder was replaced with exile. Now, criminals are sent to San Bruno Island, also called Prison Island. Escape is impossible. The island is surrounded by landmines, and a Navy ship guards the only way out. The reporters are planning to make a new film about the people living on the island.
Bobby Farr, we can use him. His partner in a $2 million robbery. Bobby didn't want to share.
Looking at pictures of these people from their last film, the crew feels confident that the new movie will be good. Meanwhile, a new woman who has been sentenced to exile is being taken to the island. Carmen Sims, by order of Judge Junius Clay, you are sentenced to exile at San Bruno Maximum Security Detention Center for the rest of your natural life. Pursuant to Title 41, Section 7 of the California Penal Code, you are hereby declared legally dead. Sign here. The angry woman throws away the slip of paper and immediately screams in fear. A man's body is swaying in the waves. When she reaches the shore, she sees more dead prisoners. Sims settles in for the night, unaware that a man is watching her from a cliff. She tries to light a fire but fails. Then, the stranger walks down to the shore. She grabs a hatchet. The man explains that he used to be a doctor. He greets all newcomers and examines them. It's wild mimosa. You want to snort? I don't want to get stoned. What's your name, Carmen? Mine's Milford. The rest, he says, are settled nearby in a camp. Now there are about 40 people left. There were 75 when he first arrived, and there aren't many women.
I saw 2 bodies in the water. How did they get there?
Everybody on this island's a killer. Except me. I'm innocent.
Yeah.
The doctor leaves and Carmen sleeps on the shore. In the morning, she heads to the prisoners' camp. She sees people in uniforms going about their routines. Bobby, the camp leader, steps out of his hut with his loyal assistant, Monk. They notice Carmen entering. Surrounded by many men and only a few women, Bobby orders Monk to take her. Yeah, you look like you could take on 3 or 4 right off. Get your hands off me. I don't know what you thought before you got to this island, but I'm going to tell you what to think now. Welcome to Terminal Island, baby. Leaving the crying woman behind, Monk gives the order to begin work. Everyone leaves. That evening, the women return to their hut and find Carmen lying on a mat. One of them, Bunny, attacks her and drags her to the floor. Carmen is confused. Joy explains.
What was that all about? You were lying in her corner. Okay, I'll take this corner if nobody objects.
I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
That's your corner, too.
Angry, Carmen says she wants to leave, since the accommodations don't suit her. At the exit, 2 men shove her back inside.
Why are we penned in here like pigs?
Because we're too valuable to run loose. Valuable? The women explain that they are the beauties, and aside from working, they're expected to be close to the men. But Carmen isn't one to be bossed around. I'll deal with Bobby, and you girls better watch yourselves. One more squawk out of you, Miss Freak, and I'll do to you what I did to my last cellmate when she leaned on me.
Is that a fact?
Despite her attitude, the next day Carmen is placed in a harness with Lee. Together with the others, they begin plowing the vegetable garden, like horses pulling a plow. When the man in charge sees they're tired, he gives them a short break. Carmen can't believe the women put up with such treatment. Has anybody ever tried to stand up to them? Sure. They're either dead or gone. Gone where? Some guys escaped. They're hiding out somewhere. Yes, they're still alive. Maybe I'll join them. While they talk, one of the workers asks for water. Instead, the brute pours the cup in her face. Chino, the youngest man, feels bad and gives her water, only to be struck by the leader. A knife fight breaks out but is stopped by Bobby and Monk.
All right, cut the crap.
Chino leaves and the woman is punished. Fieldwork just doesn't seem to agree with these ladies. The women are sent to do construction. They need clay carry stones. Carmen's hands are soon rubbed raw. The doctor approaches and bandages her hands. But Monk appears and orders Carmen back to work. That night, Monk announces a night shift.
Don't get too cozy. Everybody's working a night shift tonight.
Morning comes. As the women lay out food, one of the workers pushes the brute, causing him to drop his plate. A fight breaks out, ending with the death of the man, his body thrown into the sea. Later, while doing laundry. Did you ever hear Bunny talk? No. She stopped when she killed her folks. I wonder why she never told us. Suddenly, a group of escaped prisoners ambushes the guards and frees the women. These fugitives refuse to live under Bobby's rules. That evening, they sit around a campfire eating fresh game and imagining Bobby's rage. The next morning, they discuss their plans. Carmen refuses to return to Bobby's camp. Well, nobody's gonna put me in a cage again. But the other women are unsure. Bobby's gang is bigger and stronger. An open fight wouldn't end well. The group splits up. Later, while Joy practices archery, Lee finds a strange stone in the stream. Your turn in a minute. You know what this is? Let me think a rock. It's niter. We can get potassium nitrate from it. Terrific. If we mix it with sulfur and charcoal, we can make gunpowder. Meanwhile, Carmen brings AJ an herb that can be made into poison. Her grandmother was a voodoo priestess. She knows how to make it. She returns AJ's knife, but he offers it back to her for self-defense. Carmen has something else on her mind.
AJ?
Yeah?
Why'd you take us away from Bobby?
I don't like to fish alone.
Bunny also finds a man who treats her with kindness and respect. He asks her to gather some berries while he hunts for their dinner. At the same time, back at Bobby's camp, he is raging with anger, ordering Monk to find the fugitives and bring the women back. Meanwhile, Izzy offers Joy some wild honey. Later, the woman leads Tyler to the beehive and invites him to taste the honey. Hi! She scoops out a bit of sweetness and gives him a massage, then slaps the hive. The angry bees swarm over the man covered in honey. He's forced to run, diving into a puddle to escape, as Joy laughs brightly and the other men laugh at the unlucky lover. Bobby's men attack the camp. Cornell fights Monk while the others flee.
Get me some time.
You got it. Looking for something?
After holding off the pursuers, Cornell catches up with the group, and they disappear into the forest, leaving traps behind. One of the chasers dies in a trap. Monk reports to Bobby about the loss of a couple of their men and his failure to capture the others. Meanwhile, in the fugitives' camp, one of the wounded men is getting worse. Is he ready? Don't do it. We need you. Look, I can't just sit here and watch him bleed to death. AJ decides to take a desperate step. Later, he brings the doctor, but it's already too late. In the morning, the group discusses their situation. They can't keep running across the island forever. That means they need to get rid of Bobby and his gang. None of us is ever getting off this island, and no one wants to spend the rest of their life hiding. I'm the only one who stood up to him, and I almost lost my ass doing it. The women also support the idea of eliminating their enemies. Later, the group buries the fallen man, and the doctor decides to stay with the new crew. Meanwhile, back at Bobby's camp, one of the inmates is building a simple radio. Bobby finds the right frequency. At the same time, Lee and some of the men begin making gunpowder. After grinding the necessary ingredients, they fill them into flasks. Now all that's left is to light the fuse before throwing.
Here, catch! Duck!
Meanwhile, Bobby's men find Bunny at the waterfall and take her with them, but one of them stays behind and meets Izzy's axe. At that very moment, Bobby is listening to the radio. What is it? Meanwhile, the others follow Bunny's trail and see the woman being tied to posts on the seashore as bait. The women rush to help but realize they can't handle the bandits. Then a police boat approaches the island. Bobby and his gang hide in the rocks. What are they pulling? Where the hell is she? While the police unload crates of supplies onto the shore, one officer goes to help the woman. She runs away. At that moment, one of Bobby's men swims to the boat, kills the officer, grabs his rifle and opens fire on the beach. Bobby's bandits arm themselves. While one stays to watch the boat, the others head back to camp. Meanwhile, AJ's group discusses the situation.
That's why we're going.
How do we get close without getting shot?
You can swim?
Like a water snake.
At that moment, Bobby shoots a gang member who dared to contradict him. Okay, hold it right there. I don't need you. I don't need anybody but these and the bunker. Back on the shore, Izzy kills the boat guard with a blow. The bandit dies, and now the group has a pistol and a boat. Found some gas. I ain't got my bike with me. Just then, the doctor sees Bunny and rushes to help her. Suddenly, the girl begins to speak and begs to go home. Back at the camp, Bobby accuses Monk of cowardice. Monk, in turn, reminds him that too many of their men have died in the past month. He's starting to fear those who have turned against them. That night, by the campfire, the doctor tells how he was convicted for disconnecting life support from a patient who was already dead, and that he doesn't want to return to a world that betrayed him. I withdrew it with his wife's permission. I was convicted on a legal technicality. In the morning, the group moves toward Bobby's camp, but it is deserted.
He's waiting for us.
How do you know?
Take a look at camp. There's no sign of life, is there?
Everyone heads to their assigned positions. The women prepare gasoline canisters and homemade grenades. The men get ready for the assault. Joy gives Bunny instructions while Tyler pours fuel into pipes leading to Bobby's bunker. First, a toilet explodes with one of the bandits inside. Then grenades fly into the huts. Panic erupts in the camp. No one knows what's happening. Bobby and Monk return fire with captured weapons. During the shootout, Cornell is killed. Bobby keeps shooting from the storage shed. Lee grabs a grenade and runs toward the bunker. There's an explosion, but Bobby survives and shoots the woman in the back, killing her. Wounded, Monk makes it to Bobby's bunker. Bobby, all yours. Open the door. Now Bobby and Monk are shooting together, but Monk gets annoyed. Bobby is using too many bullets. Joy waves a cloth to signal Bunny, but Bunny is frozen in shock. She forgets what she's supposed to do. Instead, she runs to help a hurt person and gets shot. The doctor runs to her, picks her up, and takes her to safety. Then he runs to the pipes, pours gasoline into the drains, and sets it on fire. Bobby notices too late. The bunker explodes, killing him instantly. Peace returns to the camp.
Boy, will I be happy 4 months from now.
Because the baby will be here?
No, because I can stop drinking this lousy goat's milk.
Everyone goes back to their normal life. Even Monk, who is now blind, gets a job. One day, a police boat arrives. The officers call for the doctor. They tell him his case is being reopened, but the doctor replies,
Norman Milford's dead!
I don't know why I did what I did. Maybe I'll have another trial. Maybe I'll end up back here. Actually, I do know. I don't want to go back. Ever. Lee was right. This is home now. A new woman walks onto the island. The doctor and Bunny greet her. Hi, who are you? I'm Dana. Welcome to Terminal Island. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.